Good morning, friends. This morning, we are talking about how to build your bubble, okay? I have been, as I'm sure most of you have been, very overwhelmed by a lot of the sharing, the posting, the constant inundation about this coronavirus and the blah, 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 and the negatives and all this stuff, and it's real. And also, you do not have to saturate your life with it, okay? So I want to talk to you about how to build your bubble to help you stay mentally sane and healthy through all of this, because this is really important, you guys. The way that we respond to stress as individuals, as families, as communities, and as a nation becomes a habit. Your stress response is a habit that you are building. And I made a post about this. I think it's really incredible that, in a good way, that for many, many people, this is the first really, truly unknown, stressful, situation where they've had no control in their life. And you can tell people are freaking out. And that's not to diminish or minimize the risks and the real things that are going to come out of this economically, in our families and our health. You know, people, there will be long-term consequences on the small and large scale from this. And also, we cannot live in this state of panic all the time. It's not healthy. The people that I'm seeing posting about not being able to sleep and not being able to eat, and they're riddled with anxiety all day, every day. So that's not productive. Life has to go on. Life is going on. We don't know how long this will last. So we have to stand up. We have to stand up and move forward. So I want to teach you how to build your bubble. This is just the basics of what I have learned in different situations in my life when I have had to separate, for my mental health, myself from the world. And that's what we're all being asked to do right now, is separate ourselves from the world and yet stay positive and connected. So here's what we do. I've got a few steps, 3 main steps, a couple sub steps. Let me go. Okay. First step, mourn. You're allowed to mourn. You're allowed to feel sad. You're allowed to feel scared. You're allowed to have a huge mental breakdown. Your mourning period gets to last 1 week, okay? Take it in, feel it, do the things you gotta do, be stressed. I'm going to challenge you to accept that last week was your mourning week, okay? We didn't know it was coming. It punched us in the face. Here we go. People were upset. It's done. It's been a week. If you are not sure how to get over it, order a giant thing of Thai food. Eat the whole thing, drink half a bottle of wine, watch a trashy show on TV, go to bed, and decide that you will wake up calm and collected the next day. Okay? So if you don't have a dinner plan, that is the cure for your 1 week mourning period to initiate bubble building. So you mourn. Step number 2 is you disconnect. Okay? And now we're supposed to be connected, so got it. Coming back to that. What you need to disconnect from purposefully is the news. You need to disconnect purposefully from your social media. You need to disconnect purposefully, as in mute, as in stop getting notifications from friends, family, accounts that you follow that are adding stress to you. They could be people you love in many other ways. If they're stressing you out, if the content that they're sharing is either not healthy for you because it's sharing details of things that are stressing you out, or if their attitude is such that it makes you angry because you disagree with them in a different way, now is not the time to be combative, okay? And it's not the time to sit and stew combatively in your corner, isolating yourself further. So disconnect, mute people, turn it off, get rid of all of it. Get off your computer, get off your phone. You do not need to be there just because you're home, okay? If you need to check in, set aside a time. Pick a time and set a timer for how long you will allow yourself to go into the spiral of social media doom, okay? It cannot be all day. It cannot be any time that you want. It has to be a certain amount of time. Set aside 15 minutes right after lunch, whatever. But you cannot allow all of this to inundate your day all day, every day. It is not healthy. You can see that it has not benefited you this week to keep your cortisol levels up here. Your heart rate needs to come down, people, okay? Take a breath, be purposeful. You don't have to be totally isolated. And then we're going to come back around to what this opens up for you later, okay? But step 2 is purposefully disconnect. Then you've mourned, so now you're calm. You're disconnected, so now you have time and space to do something, okay? So let's make a plan. You need to create a daily schedule for yourself. And if you have children, they can be a part of this, okay? So what you want to do is make some personal goals, some physical goals, some mental goals, some maybe creative goals, and some goals for your kids. And it doesn't have to be this stressful type A kind of thing, but think about what you want to do. Are there books you've been wanting to read? Are there some hobbies you've been wanting to pick up? Create a schedule for your day, write it down, and then pencil in when you want to do those different things. So the Morning Miracle book is a great book, a great resource for how to, it's called Savers, and it's this 6 part thing that's, it's how to spend an hour of your day being purposeful so that then the rest of your day is really great. And so it helps you identify the things that you want to do in your life. I can't tell you what you want to do, but you can figure it out really easily. So that means if you want to be training for something, start working out, make a time that you're going to work out. If you have some scrapbooking stuff you need to do, if you want to set aside 30 minutes a day to organize some pictures to print out for your kids, baby books or whatever, set that time aside. If your kid is 2 and needs to be potty trained, maybe it's time to potty train. Or maybe it's time to teach them how to put their own shoes on, or there's plenty of things that you guys can figure out how to do. And that is a topic for another thing, but you need to make a plan for how you're going to fill your day that is not just being obsessed with everybody else's day. Okay. This is time to focus on you. Take advantage of it. Okay. As part of that plan, you need to wake up on time, set an alarm. You need to eat regular, healthy meals on a schedule, okay? You need to eat regularly, and you need to go to bed on time. The rest of these things, if you do the Savers, and I'll make sure I link that in the post of this, that encompasses exercise. That can encompass reading and affirmations and gratitude and all these things we should be doing. But those 3 things, if you wake up on time, eat regular, healthy meals, and go to bed on time, it will set you up for so much success through this, and also just give you a structure so that you do not feel so lost, okay? It can feel really, really overwhelming to be at home all day long. Give yourself the gift of structure, okay? So that's it. Those are the 3 things: mourn, disconnect, and plan. It's very simple. And what the good that can come out of this for you, seriously, this is forcing a lot of no's. There's a lot of things we are being forced to say no to because of things that are out of our control. We can't change that. And it's okay. It's okay to be sad about that, but it's also a chance to really be enlightened by your choices that you make on a day-to-day basis and throughout your year. Notice where you feel lighter. Notice the things that you're not sad to be saying no to. Notice the things that you're oh, I'm glad I don't have to do that. And then take that with you after this. You're allowed to say no to things, okay? So maybe this is our chance to stop being such people pleasers, okay? Notice where you feel lighter because of these no's. Notice what brings you down. Notice the activities, the behaviors, the people who are pulling you down in this stressful situation. And remember that. That's not to say you need to eliminate everybody, but maybe you need to put a boundary up for yourself. Shield yourself a little bit in the future from those sources that are bringing you down. Notice who lifts you up. Get more of those people. FaceTime those people. Call those people. Text those people. Figure out how to connect with those people while you're disconnected from the other things, and you will feel so much lighter, so much more encouraged, so much more empowered. And notice what you enjoy, you guys. So many of us live our lives rushing around, doing all this stuff, saying the yeses. This is a great opportunity to learn about yourself, what you want, what you need, what your family wants and needs, okay? It's stressful. It's okay to acknowledge that, but we're done wallowing, okay? No more wallowing. Be empowered and say yes to the right things, okay?